things just got a lot more interesting when it comes to the Ducks and a battle that is currently going on at Ducks training camp. We get into all that in this edition of Ducks Digest. Hey, this is Mike Nelson. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank the 9% of the ones who are watching these videos who have already hit the sub button, but 91% of you have not subscribed yet. Not sure why. We're the newest Anaheim Ducks YouTube channel. Going to be bringing you Ducks content all season long. The preseason kicks off tomorrow out in Ontario against the Kings. We'll be talking all about the preseason and regular season and beyond, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. But as we know, the Ducks, it's going to be interesting this season. There's going to be changes. There's already talk of a new defensive system that the Ducks are going to be employing for this season. That, of course, the reports coming out of Ducks training camp, which has now started. A new defensive system that is hopefully going to, help the Ducks play better and, also create chances, on the offensive end, right? And I think with Joel Quenneville, we're going to see a lot of, new things that we didn't see with Greg Cronin because, let's be honest. I mean, Greg Cronin is not an experienced NHL coach. This was his first NHL job, and it might have been his last. Whereas Joel Quenneville is a coaching legend. So this guy knows what he's doing, and he has a big decision to make when it comes to the Ducks defense. And I kind of wanted to talk about that today because we got an interesting article from the Hockey News talking about this. There aren't many position battles to watch out for at the Anaheim Ducks training camp. Perhaps the most intriguing lies on the right side of the blue line. Talking about the defense between Drew Helleson, Ian Moore, and Tristan Luneau. So these three guys fighting for a spot. Let's talk a little bit about how they all measure up. This article kind of explains a little bit more. This is going to be, what it's going to come down to. Three guys trying to get playing time on the Ducks, trying to find a spot on the Ducks. And, I'm sure all these guys are going to get a lot of chances to play in the preseason to show what they got. So, Drew Helleson, it's looking like he has, obviously, the inside track to get that spot. He's the oldest and has the most professional experience. 153 games with the Gulls, and of course 59 games up with the Ducks. So this guy obviously has NHL experience. He has AAA experience with the Gulls, and he's been pretty good, right? I mean, it's not like this guy has been bad for the Gulls or the Ducks. He's been pretty solid. Doesn't get a lot of playing time, but still a player in development. This is what Helleson said. He said, I think that's a good way to look at it. You don't want to be too comfortable when it was asked about having potentially to compete for regular ice. You want to make sure you're putting your best foot forward out there and try to play as good as you can. There are a lot of guys. It's a competitive position, so just keep playing as good as you can. That's all you can really do. Helleson provides a stable brand of defense and has a capability of killing penalties. Yeah, we definitely need penalty kill. And hopefully that's going to improve with Joel Quenneville. The special teams has to get better, right? I mean, the special teams has been an absolute disaster the last couple of years, especially last year. I mean, with the bad special teams the Ducks had, that's probably one of the reasons why they didn't make the playoffs. So hopefully it's going to get better. Early in camp, he's paired with a longtime friend and breakout star defenseman Jackson Lacombe, right? Jackson Lacombe had a great season. He's going to be, of course, a Ducks mainstay for this year, who has elevated his offensive involvement and activations last season. Now, let's talk about the next guy. Tristan Luneau had an extremely successful rookie campaign last year with the Gulls, getting 52 points, 9 goals, 43 assists in 59 games. After coming off a significant knee injury that had him sidelined for the majority of the previous season. Definitely had a good season with the Gulls last year. Luneau has made the Ducks opening night roster out of camp in each of the previous last 2 seasons, but has only tallied total 13 NHL games between those stints. So not a lot of NHL experience, a lot less than Helleson. But obviously there's some, talent, some upside for sure with Luneau, right? We don't really know a lot about what is capable. I think we already know the kind of player Drew Helleson is going to be, right? I mean, he's not a player that's going to be, too much offensively. He's not going to give you that much. Whereas Tristan Luneau could be different, right? 43 assists at the AAA level with the Gulls, right? At the AHL level, this guy had 43 assists. So this guy obviously has some potential to be, a contributor on the offensive end. This is what Lou now said. It's the same mindset. You're always trying to make a name for yourself and trying to learn the ways and how to defend like a pro. Lou now said of his mindset and trying to make the team again out of camp. It's a little tougher for a defenseman to be reliable on both sides of the ice. That's still the main focus. But like I said, with Lou now, there's still a lot of questions, right? I mean, this guy, if this guy can be a really good two-way player, kind of like Jackson LaCombe, eventually he is going to beat out Drew Hellison, right? Because I don't know if Drew Hellison really has that capability. I mean, at least from what I saw, what I've seen from him, that could change in this upcoming season. But he has not really had, he's not like Jackson LaCombe, right? He's definitely not a player like that. So I think definitely interesting to see what Lou now and what Hellison does in this preseason. The other player to keep an eye on is Ian Moore, who's obviously basically an NCAA player. This guy is a college player. 23 years old. He has a long road to professional hockey since he was drafted in the third round of the 2020 draft. Played in the USHL. And then, of course, played 4 seasons of NCAA hockey. Very unlikely that Ian makes the roster. He will get a shot in the preseason, and we're going to probably see Ian Moore play with the San Diego Gulls this season. So if you're a Gulls fan, if you're down by San Diego and you're going to be going to a bunch of games this year, I'm sure you're going to be seeing Ian Moore playing with the Gulls this season, the 23-year-old defenseman. Yeah, there's still, the Ducks are a young team. So when teams are, where the Ducks are, there's still a lot of, positions that, it can be moved around, right? And then with the Mason McTavish situation, I mean, it's unclear who's going to fill that void. There's Pat Verbeek talked about how Cutter Gauthier can play center as well. And then you have, of course, Mikael Granlund, who was signed in the offseason. He is going to play a role in that. And honestly, I think that's the main focus right now of every Ducks fan. And hopefully the focus of Ducks RAS, the Ducks front office, right? I mean, I hope the Ducks front office and Pat Verbeek, that's got to be their main focus, I hope, trying to re-sign Mason McTavish because, the preseason is going to kick off tomorrow. He's not, and McTavish won't be playing. He's out in Ottawa with the junior hockey team trying to stay fit. And, that's just not where you want things. I mean, you want McTavish with the Ducks right now, playing, maybe not playing much in the preseason because he is a regular player, but still with the team and, just learning a new system like Pat Verbeek said. So definitely not a good situation for the Ducks. The Ducks started this season, unfortunately, on the wrong foot when it comes to the way they manage the offseason. And hopefully that doesn't, kind of signify how this season is going to go. But, gotta hope for the best, and, preseason means absolutely nothing. Gotta remember that as well. Even the Ducks lose 10, 12-0 tomorrow, it means nothing, right? Preseason does not mean anything. It's just basically a time for players to get ready and for young guys to, make a name for themselves, right? So we're going to be covering the preseason. The first post game will be on Monday after that game against the Mammoth. So we'll be talking all about the Ducks this week as preseason hockey is finally here. As always, make sure to subscribe. Let's go Ducks.